Like, honestly, you know what you should do is give everybody that deserves a raise in the government a raise and then fucking fire everybody else. Like, because I bet you could get the same exact shit done with way less people. What the fuck do they do anyway? So government workers are on strike. They're all in a union, right? Or the majority of them are all in a union. I did see something come across my desk. I don't know if it was from the accountants or where it was from. Somebody basically saying that
keep going. Just making sure it's still good.
Somebody basically saying that, hey, even though CRA is striking or going to strike or whatever it was, we still expect everybody's tax shit on time. Right? So I thought that was kind of funny, first of all. I'm not exactly sure why, but I thought it was funny. Anyways,
it's just ironic.
Yeah, I think it's ironic that yes, that's ironic. And then also, I think it's hilarious that, number one, the government is striking, okay? Whoever they are, whatever departments are striking, I think it's hilarious that they are striking. And then number two, I think it's hilarious that we even still have fucking unions anymore. And we're going to touch on that for a second because I did work in a unionized environment, which was the GM transmission plant here in Windsor, and it was the most fuckery I have ever seen in my entire life. You had people...
The concept of a union sounds great.
So the concept
of what? Right? Like that's the thing. With a lot of these things in life, the idea behind it meant well. It's just in practice, it just creates a whole bunch more shit that ends up as being worse off than just not having it in the first place.
So I understand why the union was put in place back in the day when, like, say my grandfather started working, right, in the fucking 30s. Like, I understand that. Yeah. When, you know, working conditions were possibly, you know, deadly or severe, or there was not enough... like
a coal miners law union or something like that.
There wasn't enough, you know, for example, labor law, or there wasn't enough, you know, human rights at the time. I don't know what the fucking point of a union is anymore, except to argue about wages for people that don't fucking deserve it. I'm being serious. What the fuck is the point of a union anymore? I really don't understand what it is, because when I worked at the GM transmission plant, yeah, there was really good workers. But you know what I saw a lot of? You had great worker here, then you had shit guy here, shit worker here, and great worker would see shit worker over here and say, why the fuck am I working my ass off when shit worker over here is doing fuck all? So guess what good worker did? He started doing fuck all, and then guess what ended up happening? Nothing got done, or even if anything did get done, it was fucking poor quality and slow. Right? And then what happened to the transmission plant? It's not here anymore. I saw the same fucking thing happen over and over and over again. And then I even witnessed people working next to me on the line, literally purposely sabotaging transmissions going by, dumping screws in, buttoning it up, dumping screws in, buttoning it up. The fucking guy got caught in camera, literally doing it, but they didn't tell him that he was on camera, so he ended up getting back in... He ended up getting his job back. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? You know how many... I had to hit the emergency button twice on the line in my... You know, I worked a few years there. Twice I had to hit the emergency button because the guy next to me went out for lunch, got so drunk.
Oh, my God.
That he fell into the line. Yeah. And it was moving.
On two separate occasions.
Two separate occasions. Not the same guy. Two different guys.
Oh, my God.
He fell into the line, passed out into the line, and I had to fucking hit the emergency stop button because it was going into, I can't remember what the fuck they called them, not a jig. It was going into like, Jesus. I don't know, like a thing that grabs a transmission and then like does whatever the fuck it does. Measures or something like that. I don't fucking know. Yeah. Or tightens something up, or it's like a robot. I don't know. So I had to hit that. Like, so I don't understand what and then you have a scenario where I don't even know why the fuck their foremans existed even at that point. When I was there, they got treated like shit. And whether you want to agree with, or whether or not you want to, you know, have the opinion that foremans were rude or they're ignorant or they were mean or whatever, I wonder why. Because when they would come down and ask, there was like a green, yellow, and red line. Hey, why the fuck are you not doing your job within the allotted amount of time that a smart monkey would be able to get done in that amount of time? Because I've done all the fucking jobs that are not difficult. The only time that you can't get your job done is number one, when you're talking or not paying attention. And number two, you're fucking reading the paper or doing something else that you're not supposed to be doing anyways, and you can't get the job done. Sometimes things would fuck up or there'd be like, you'd fumble a part or whatever, but that's time and time again, every single time with the transmission, the foreman is going to come over and ask what the fuck is going on, right? Well, how many times I witnessed like literally people just telling the foreman to fuck off and like not do anything. I don't understand what the point of the foreman was even at that point, because they got so disrespected. And I don't even know what they did. They just kind of walked around and like, don't get me wrong, they should be able to do something. But what I saw was that the union was protecting them so much so that the foreman literally had no power whatsoever to tell any kind of employee anything, what to do, speed up, do whatever. Hey, stop fucking around. Nothing. It was insane to me what I saw go on at that place. It was fucking wild. And so anyways, that's a little bit of a rant about unions, given the fact that the government's on strike. But here we are again. What the fuck does the government even do to even be on strike is hilarious. I think that's ironic. And do you know what they're striking about?
I was just about to ask you the same thing.
I don't know.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
Seeking higher wages for members of the union due to increased cost of living around the country.
Oh, God almighty.
155,000 people on strike. Wow.
I'll give you an example. Like I feel like our government is run exactly like how Twitter was. You see how many people are working at Twitter now? It was like 8,000 before Elon Musk took it over. It's like 1,500 working still, or now.
No, he cut it down to like 400 at one point.
You sure?
So like now, keep in mind that's not like a one moment. He probably rehired actually good people.
Oh, I don't even know.
Right.
But anyways, I saw something not too long ago where there was 8,000
or maybe
people.
that was he just claimed you only needed to actually have 400.
I think that's
maybe
what it
he didn't
was.
actually let go.
I think that's what it was.
That's probably what he said.
It was like 8,000 employees, or roughly 8,000 employees.
Yeah.
He now has 1,500, and he thinks that he could probably do it with 400, something along those lines.
Okay.
I feel like that's exactly how the Canadian government is operating. Exactly the same. Like, honestly, you know what you should do is give everybody that deserves a raise in the government a raise, and then fucking fire everybody else. Like, because I bet you could get the same exact shit done with way less people. What the fuck do they do anyways?
The number of people that I've heard over the past 2 years, 3 years that have a job that they put this little thing on their mouse that just like moves their mouse throughout the day, and they're not even at their computer.
Are you serious?
And they just get paid 8 hours a day.
Seriously?
And they're not even like
You've heard that
anything.
before?
Yes. Like several occasions.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's people now where there's like certain departments where it's a
like
call,
from work from home
call
jobs?
center. Yeah.
Wow.
Where it's a call center and they're getting like 2 calls a day, 3 calls a day. Each call is maybe 5-10 minutes. And like, that's it. So they're just like sitting around waiting for their phone to ring. It's just like, there's several of these things that I've heard that's just like, okay, well, why are we even having an entire fucking full-time position in that?
Man, that chaps my ass.
Yeah.
That fucking pisses me off. So here we go again. When have you ever heard of a strike because of like anything else besides pay, or the union striking because of anything else besides pay?
Besides maybe some like Northern Ontario or Alberta, like mines and stuff like that.
I haven't
maybe
heard fucking anything.
Right.
I don't know.
But that's also probably where their unions are so small that it doesn't even hit the news. Right.
Well, I don't know, but this is bullshit, especially for the government. Like, are you kidding me?